Hey everyone, my name is John. I am a fat loss and body transformation specialist, which pretty much means that I help individuals lose weight, tone up and get stronger, improve their energy and increase their confidence, and reclaim that confidence that they probably lost back when they were unfit, unhealthy, and unhappy with where they were at. And I do that in a very efficient amount of time. And today I'm going to teach you a couple of things that you're going to want to know if you want to lose more weight this summer. And these happen to be the laws that you have to follow in order for that to become a reality. If you don't follow these things, unfortunately, it probably won't happen for you. So let's kind of dive into it a little bit. I call these the laws to fat loss. You probably won't read this in a book too often. If you do, it's going to be convoluted and complicated. So let me just streamline it for you. And let me just explain what we're looking at. We're looking at a couple different rules that all work synergistically for you to get what you want out of your health and fitness. The first one, the rule number one, the most important, is that you have to be in a caloric deficit, which simply means that you have to eat less and move more. Okay, now everybody has a maintenance calorie number. Okay, that maintenance calorie number, for example, maybe it's 2,000. If you ate 2,000 calories every day, then you wouldn't gain and you wouldn't lose any weight. Okay? Now, you want to be below that number in order to lose weight. If you do that, I promise you, scientifically, mathematically, and anatomically, it has to happen. So you have to be in a caloric deficit. If you're above that maintenance number, unfortunately, it can't happen. It just won't. You're not putting your body into a position where it has to use stored energy because you are fueling it with energy through the food that you're eating. So, rule number one, be in a caloric deficit. Rule number two, balance out your macros. You may ask, John, hey, what's a macronutrient? A macronutrient is proteins, fats, and carbohydrates. So I'm sure you've heard of those before. Now, what does that really mean? Well, it simply means that you want to eat a little bit of all three. I know that there's a lot of popular diets out there. In the CrossFit world, paleo is a really popular one, which simply means you eat like no carbohydrates. You eat very little carbohydrates. You eat mostly meats, healthy fats, things like that. And if that works for you and you love it and you hate eating carbohydrates, then continue to do that. But for the majority of us, we enjoy most of the foods that we really, really like and that we crave most of the time are carbohydrate dominant foods. And if you eliminate carbohydrates, what you're actually doing is you're telling your body that you're no longer allowed to have any fun. And if you're no longer allowed to have any fun, do you think you're really going to stick with that diet or that nutrition program for very long? Probably not. And at that point, what's the point of even doing it? If you can't sustain it for 60 years, why are you doing it for 60 days? Even though it might work for a little bit, you're going to put the weight back on once you stop doing it, right? So we have to find something that's sustainable, and balancing out your macronutrients is the best way to do it. It's a macronutrient for a reason. It means your body needs it for proper cell function and proper energy use. So consume the food, okay? So eat protein, it's good for your cells, it's good for muscle tissue. Eat fat, it's good for cell regeneration and cell function. And eat carbohydrates because it's a quick energy source that your brain likes a lot. Your brain runs mostly on carbohydrates, if not all the time. So if you want to have alertness, eat some carbohydrates. Plus, you need to fuel your muscle tissue with glycogen so you can work out at a pretty decent rate. So you need carbohydrates. Step number three is to food log. I know, nobody likes to do it. But if I told you you could lose 10 pounds this month by just food logging, would you do it? I would do it, right? Everybody would say yes. And the truth of the matter is that you can absolutely lose 10 pounds in the next 30 days by just simply food logging. If you do this, if you food log, and through food logging, you accomplish those two things, you can lose anywhere between 6 to 10 pounds in the next 30 days. And you think that's slow, right? That's that's over a pound a week. 1 to 2.25, 1 to 2.5 pounds a week. You think that's slow, but the American average is a lot lower than that, right? 0.25 to 0.37 pounds a week doing it on your own isn't very fast. So really you're 4xing what your neighbor would be doing. right? And if you look at it that way, that's actually quite good. We don't want to go too much above that because you can't sustain that level of fat loss, and you'll end up putting more weight back on once you kind of relax a little bit. Plus, you want if you want to lose a significant amount of weight, 50, 60, 120, 200 pounds, you want your skin to be elastic so you don't have a lot of loose skin. And if you lose weight too quickly, you're going to have a lot of loose skin. We don't want that. So if you food log, I promise you really good results are going to come your way, especially if you do these two things in your food logging journal. But mostly, you also want to watch out for your portion sizes. The reason why it's in there with food logging is because food logging will tell you if your portion sizes are all over the place. If you eat a breakfast that's 200 calories, and then the next meal is 1,200 calories, and then you eat another one that's 100 calories, you're all over the map. For someone who's struggling with consistency, I would encourage you to try to balance out those meals and eat 500 calories at each meal. It keeps it simpler for you. It makes it easier for you to think about, makes it easier for you to log, and your body will start to recognize the consistency and you'll lose weight quicker. So they go hand in hand. Food log your portion sizes and make sure that you're eating in a caloric deficit and that you have balanced macros. Now you may say, John, how do I know if I'm in a caloric deficit? Well, if you're food logging, it'll tell you because it'll do all the math for you. But if you're curious, let's see, what pen do I want to use? The blue one's kind of dying on me, so we'll use this one. To erase this. The general rule of thumb is you take your goal weight. Now this is a general rule of thumb. If you're using MyFitnessPal, it'll be a little bit more accurate than this. But this is a quick way for you to figure out how many calories you should be eating. If you want to do the long way, there is long calculations that you can look up online. It takes about 10 to 20 minutes depending on how good you are at math, and you can figure out the exact number. Or you can go to fitnesstrainerjohn.com/blog and look up the calorie calculator, and that will also tell you. But if you wanted to do it quickly, you would take your goal weight and multiply it by 11 to 12, depending on how much fat you wanted to lose in a week. If you wanted to lose a pound a week, you would multiply it by 12. If you wanted to lose a pound and a half, closer to 2 pounds, you would multiply it by 11. That's the general rule of thumb. So for example, if your goal weight was 200 pounds and you weigh 220 right now, and you multiply it by 12, that's what, 2,400 calories? Or if you multiply it by 11, that's 22, right? Yeah, 2,200 calories. So that gives you a general idea of how many calories you should be eating. Now, go on to step 4, drink more water. Why do I need to drink more water? Well, I'll tell you. These are called micronutrients. Macronutrients, proteins, fats, and carbs. Micronutrients, vitamins, minerals, and water. Yes, you want your macros balanced, and even more, even as important, you want your vitamins and minerals to be at a nice, healthy level as well. Vitamins and minerals boost your metabolism. It makes you feel good, gives you energy. You want energy, I'm assuming, and you want to have more energy than you probably have right now, right? If your goal is to be able to play with your kids longer and be able to do stuff that you used to be able to do but can't do anymore, that's probably a big culprit. You're eating poor quality food, therefore you're not getting any nutrients into your body that your body actually can utilize effectively. And if you change that by eating more quality foods, you'll start to notice that your energy goes up. Part of that equation is drinking more water, okay? Plus, it helps with fat loss because it starts to cleanse your body of excess garbage that you're probably consuming, things from like sodas and alcohols and things like that. You can get rid of a lot of those toxins by drinking more water, and that's a good thing. Okay, so step number 4 is drink more water. Step number 5 is pretty simple, right? Pretty straightforward. Move more, strength train. Move more, walk every day. Strength train 2 to 3 times a week. That's it. So if you're walking 7 days a week, and you're strength training 2 to 3. 1, it gets you toned, right? If you're a fella, you probably want to lead with your chest, have nice arms and shoulders. You'll probably don't want to lead with your belly, and you're probably tired of feeling sluggish, right? And so strength training is the only way to absolutely solve that problem. You can't lead with your chest and have strong upper body if you're not doing any strength training. Ladies, you probably want to have nice toned glutes, abs, thin waistline, still show off the feminine curves, and be able to feel good and look good in the clothes you want to wear, which will also, by doing that, give you the byproduct of more energy and things like that. So if you want to have all those things, you also have to strength train. And the walking is a good way for you to burn excess fat by just being more active, right? We're going into summer right now, so you can go for a simple hike. We'll take care of that, as long as you do something every day that's going to require consistent cardio. But it doesn't have to be running. It doesn't have to be intervals on the bike. It can literally be as simple as walking. And then just strength training 2 to 3 times a week, okay? You can come in here, you can go to your local gym. If you're near Fairview, I got a gym right here where I'm shooting this video that you are welcome to come in and do that. Bonus. It's one of my personal favorites. KISS. Okay, now KISS is an acronym. It means keep it super simple. Don't overcomplicate it. If you follow these 5 things, you will get exactly what you want. You will lose weight, you will get stronger and get more toned, you will have more energy, and you will have more confidence as a byproduct of being more in shape, having more energy, and all that good stuff. Keep it super simple. So if you're consumed about supplementation, you're focusing on the wrong thing. Okay? If you're concerned about having a post-workout shake, you're focusing on the wrong thing. You're overcomplicating it. It doesn't matter. If you're trying to lose 30 pounds, just do that. If you're trying to lose 50 pounds, just do that. If you're trying to tone up, lose the last 15 pounds before summer so you look good, feel good for your first boat trip, just do that. It's that simple. It's not a complicated game that you're about to play. It's a very simple one. Simple doesn't always mean easy because it takes a lot of consistency and a lot of dedication and self-discipline, but it is not complicated. All of the tools you need are right here on this board. Caloric deficit. Find out how many calories you need to be eating and eat slightly less than your maintenance number. If you want to know, you can either do this or you can go to fitnesstrainerjohn.com/blog and I'll put it in the description. And you can use the calorie calculator to find out how many calories you should be having. Balance out your macros. Eat a little bit of protein, fats, and carbs every day. Food log your portion sizes. Pretty self-explanatory. Drink more water so you can increase your vitamins and minerals. And move more and strength train. If you're consumed about should I use dumbbells or kettlebells, you're focusing on the wrong thing. If you're trying to lose 50 pounds, it doesn't matter. You don't even really have to use a bell. But if you want to use a kettlebell or a dumbbell, just use a bell. Pick one. Unless you're a bodybuilder or a bikini competitor or a physique competitor and you're trying to sculpt something very specifically, that would matter for that person. But if you're not trying to do that yet, don't worry about it. And then that's the big secret, guys. This is the stuff that nobody wants you to know. This is the stuff that the big fitness industry is trying to keep from you understanding. Because if you can't understand this, then you're going to continue to buy their supplementation all year round, which makes them billions of dollars, keeps you stuck and frustrated where you're at, which keeps you continuing to buy all those supplements, which makes them millions of dollars, which keeps you more frustrated, which makes you buy more supplements. You start to see where I'm going with this. This is all you need to do. Do I use supplementation? Yeah, I have a multivitamin and I have a protein shake. And I use both of them on the days that I'm so busy and I'm so wrapped up in what I'm doing that I couldn't eat enough. So if I'm low on protein at the end of my day, I'll drink a protein shake to catch up. But I don't do post-workouts. You don't have to do post-workouts. I use the multivitamin pretty consistently because it's important to have enough vitamins and minerals. And so I just play it safe and I always take a multivitamin. But I drink like 2 gallons of water a day because that's all I drink. I don't drink alcohol or coffee or anything like that. So I just drink water all day. So if you follow these 5 things, you're set to go. Now you might want to know how many ounces of water I should drink. General rule of thumb is to take your body weight and divide it in half. That's how many ounces you should have. Okay, so if I weigh 200 pounds, which I do, that's 100 ounces. A gallon is 128. So if you're drinking half your body weight in ounces, you're pretty much good to go. Now, if you weigh 300 pounds or 350 pounds and you have to drink a ton of water, don't get overwhelmed. Just drink 10 ounces more than you usually do. Do that 10 times and you're pretty much good to go. Okay? More water than yesterday is better than just doing the same thing that you always do. So just work on it continuously and you'll find that sweet spot where you're pretty much set. Okay? I hope that helps you. If it does help you, please, I would appreciate a like. I just started the channel and I could always use the like or the share. If you want me to touch on something specific, or if you just enjoyed what I talked about, go ahead and just shoot me a comment in the comments below. If you want to use the calorie calculator, that's in the description. And if you guys need me, you know where to find me. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.